Hey, and welcome to Middle Ground Books After Hours, the Happy Christmas edition.
Yay! Christmas!
All right, Debbie, you guys can sing.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Good tidings
we
we're doing the whole song.
bring
Okay,
to
cool.
you and your
pets.
Pets. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Okay, I don't think we need to do the whole song, Debbie.
He said the whole song.
I didn't know
Megan.
there was another.
There's a lot of verses, okay? I don't think we need to do the whole song.
There's the whole figgy pudding thing. Who really
Oh.
eats figgy pudding?
Not I.
So we are wishing you a happy Christmas. And we just had the discussion of Happy Christmas. Most people in the United States say Merry Christmas.
In the traditional poem, A Visit from St. Nicholas, Santa Claus actually says, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
So I'm doing it right by accident?
I don't know. I think you
Are
can
you just
say it however
being
you
not
like.
American?
I don't know.
Happy, merry, whatever you like.
So we, in a proud tradition of strange traditions surrounding Christmas time, we're going to be talking about a very Christmas book, Dungeon Crawler Carl. But before then,
Woo-woo!
the girls in particular had been doing backward hat internet research on various
Strange Christmas traditions.
And I can speak to one as my father's family's Czech. And so the Christmas pickle.
The Christmas... I don't know that I remember you telling me about
Yeah,
this.
the Christmas pickle is for real.
Yeah.
Like it is.
Tell me more. I love
So-
pickles.
It's not a real pickle, Megan. Sorry to
Well,
disappoint
Oh, no.
you.
I'm pretty sure at one point it probably was a real pickle that was hung on the tree. And then when, whichever child found the pickle, they got a special
Christmas gift.
Christmas
is
The
this
gift.
like
first
just-
gift of Christmas.
So this is like a Czech thing or just a your family weird thing?
No, this
It's
is
a Czech thing.
Oh, okay.
Like
yeah.
if you
So the
go
Christmas
to a
pickle.
Czech...
Go ahead and Google it. Like it's a
If
thing.
you go to a Czech Fest, one of the things that you will find for sale at Czech Fest booths is a Christmas pickle.
And for those of you listening in, I'm sure if you have bizarre Christmas traditions, we would love to hear about them. You can email those to us at admin@middlegroundbooks.com. You can stick it on a YouTube comment, or a dear friend told me that he put a comment on Spotify. I just don't know how to get to him.
Okay.
I'm tech
Well, if you don't
savvy
have
that way.
Spotify, I guess.
I feel like if I were able to choose my origin and my country of origin, I would want to be Icelandic because their Christmas tradition is that on Christmas Eve, Icelandic families exchange books, then spend the rest of the evening cozied up by the fire as they read aloud and eat sweet treats.
That sounds like the best time.
Don't you want to be Icelandic?
Oh, yeah.
And Moles has been doing that, and I
Yeah,
think.
Mulready's pub has been
It's true. They do a book
participating.
exchange. Yeah.
So say what's the Finnish or the Icelandic word?
I don't know how to pronounce
There is
it.
a word. Yeah.
Well,
don't know how to
I'm
say
sure
it.
they didn't use the English word for let's get together and read.
It's a long word and it starts with a J. That's all I remember. Basically, it means book flood. Like, that's what
Alright.
it means. Flood of books. Like, something like that.
Lots of countries, St. Nicholas delivers gifts on December 5th rather than on Christmas Eve.
And in some, they don't exchange gift until
Epiphany. Yeah, when we celebrate the coming of the three wise men. But this was an interesting one to me. It says, in Caracas, Venezuela, residents don't head to church services in cars, but rather on roller skates. There are actually so many people who participate in this tradition that several city streets are closed to traffic on Christmas morning. Megan, you better get practicing and wear those knee and elbow guards.
I guess. Or just stay home and read my books.
So Yola Boca Flor. I'm sure that is.
That's the Icelandic.
It sounds a little bit like it's some sort of a candy confectionery item. I need
just
another
says-
pack of Yola Bola Flor.
Okay, and in Australia, Santa goes surfing.
I mean, that makes sense.
As
I guess.
as he would.
On the beach, Santa arrives by surfboard instead of sleigh, and after catching some waves, people celebrate with a Christmas barbecue. Because it's summer in
Yeah.
the southern hemisphere.
Yeah, that would be strange. As someone who's used to.
Well, and in the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe, like there's the angel that gives the good things, and then there's the demon that like visits judgment upon.
Krampus?
Well, Krampus or one of his, non-union Eastern
I mean,
European.
I think when I was looking up more about Krampus, because he's sort of become a little more well-known, I feel like, but there are like whole parades with people dressed like Krampus, and they're terrifying. Like, they are scary. I don't know if I'd want to do that. It's kind of like, some of them are kind of cool, but they're also quite creepy.
So the main, like, we think of like Christmas, most people in the United States are at least nominally Christian or culturally so, and so we have the kind of traditional church idea of Christmas as the advent of Christ, and underlying that there's probably the celebration of Saturnalia. And Saturnalia by itself was kind of, well, it was an inversion. It was a time where they made a beggar king and where the rich were supposed to give gifts to the poor, and it was a time when the least were presented with gifts, which kind of makes a little bit of sense in terms of Christianity, and the first become last and the last become first. And then, the other Judeo-Christian tradition, Judaism, I mean, the former tradition that Christianity grew out of. Hanukkah is around this also.
It's officially, this year it started on the 14th, so yesterday.
Yeah, so happy Hanukkah.
Does it last for 8 days?
8 nights, yes.
Yes, and it celebrates during the time of the Maccabees, I'm pretty sure it is, where the temple is defiled and there's not enough oil to be able to consecrate more oil. And so the miracle is that the oil that was not enough lasts, instead of just for one night, it lasts for 8 nights. And so it's a celebration of provision. And likewise, in terms of the Christian tradition, there is, the advent of God himself coming not as an apocalyptic cataclysm to bring judgment and destruction to the earth. It's actually the advent of God as this tiny baby, and it's all
Peace
of the
on earth, goodwill to men,
and all the traditions. Many of the traditions, there is either an element of justice or an element of grace and mercy, an element of provision, where we're, especially in northern climes, celebrating generosity and oneness, despite the fact that it is really, really cold.
And so one must ask, how is this all connected with Dungeon Crawler Carl? A series of books that have to do with the apocalyptic end of the world and a reality TV show involving
fighting monsters.
Fighting monsters for your life.
I'm so glad you asked. So first of all, for those of you not familiar with Dungeon Crawler Carl, Megan's going to give us a quick update. What, Megan, is Dungeon Crawler Carl?
It is a great book series. Sort of
You're doing
a phenomenon.
By Matt Dinniman.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I like to read it.
I like it.
It's fun. It's nice.
I feel like, though, every time I try to explain Dungeon Crawler Carl to someone who's not familiar, I sound like an insane person. So it's hard for me to know where to start.
We have a monthly gathering of readers of Dungeon Crawler Carl books, and non-readers say that
we sound like a cult.
We sound like a cult, and that it's just craziness. But how do we introduce it to newbies?
Okay, so I introduce it as saying, for anyone who's read Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, in that book it starts off with the Earth being destroyed.
Right.
Yes.
In the first chapter.
Many people who've not read the book have seen the movie and so are familiar with this.
So if you've seen the movie, and Douglas Adams is parody sci-fi. It's ridiculous. It's unhinged. It goes all over the place.
Yeah, I feel like this Dungeon Crawler takes it to the next level, though. It's even more unhinged.
So Douglas Adams, and the other one I compare it to is Terry Pratchett. They're both parodying sci-fi and fantasy to a certain degree, and they both have a British sense of humor. It's droll. Sometimes it's understated. Sometimes it's satirical. Sometimes it's
I like it.
It's like it's a face slap. Like, it's an open hand comedic face slap. Whereas Matt Dinniman is oftentimes a MMA comedic.
It kicks you in the face.
It kicks you in the. It is understatement.
Punches you in the balls.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
It is not very much understated. It is very much out front.
And he's American.
And he is American.
He's not British. He's American.
And so I would say that would be one difference. I would say it's Terry Pratchett, Douglas Adams, and John Scalzi had a very strange love child with a bizarre, quirkily bizarre sense of humor that many of us find laugh out loud funny.
And the main character besides Carl is a cat.
So that's what really sold me on this, being a cat lady that I am. I was like, I need to read this. It has a cat and her human fighting monsters. Sign me up.
Fighting for their survival and to save the entire...
Little did I know what I was getting into.
What's remaining of the human race, basically.
And I think it's important to note the cat is a full-fledged character. And is very much a cat.
A former show cat.
Yeah, a Persian. So if any of you know a Persian, you kind of know the personality. And Doughnut has all of that personality in spades.
It's a fluffy princess.
Princess Doughnut Queen Anne Chonk.
Is her name, yeah.
Without giving away too many spoilers, basically the opening of the book, we meet Carl and his ex-fiance's cat, Doughnut.
It's December.
It is December, and it is...
Seattle, Washington.
Yeah, and it is after Christmas, right? I want to say it's early part of January at 2 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday. I know that much for sure. And the cat jumps out the window, and Carl runs out to follow the cat wearing only his ex-fiance's Crocs. A bomber jacket. Pink Crocs, and his heart boxers. And then every building on the planet is immediately flattened and everyone dies who's inside. And then these gates or these openings open in the ground. An alien voice, much like the alien voice that you hear in Douglas Adams, comes on and invites people into the dungeon saying, come on down. You can try to survive on the surface in the winter and do your best. Good luck. Or you can come down into the dungeons, and if you make it to the 18th floor, you can win back the Earth, essentially, is the shtick. But the whole shtick with the dungeon is that it is a live stream television show.
The end of the world happens on January 3rd.
Okay. So I was close.
January 3rd.
So anyway, as they enter the dungeon, they are being tunneled to the known universe.
The apocalypse will be televised is one of the taglines. Yeah.
Yes. And so everyone is watching Carl in his underwear, bomber jacket, and undersized Crocs with his Persian show cat enter the dungeon, and then he gets views, favorites, follows, and sponsors.
So there are several million Earthlings who enter the dungeon to begin with, and they are sadly, many of them quickly eliminated.
Yeah, they don't make it.
In order to survive, you kind of have to be some sort of dynamic personality and character to gather followers in your reality show. And Carl kind of has an automatic in there because he's...
Cats.
Well, I was going to say because he's only partially dressed.
Well...
And he has an adorable cat. And he also comes up with the tagline without really meaning to, which is kind of an amusing thing. But.
Yeah. He gets very exasperated with said prissy show cat.
Mm-hmm.
But she's so... I love her so much.
She's very much a cat.
Okay, but still, we've not gotten to what the heck does this have to do with
dungeon crawler
Christmas?
A dungeon crawler Christmas.
We have described the opening of the book. If you have not read Dungeon Crawler, Carl, a few maybe. Should someone read this book to their kids?
No, definitely not.
Should someone read this to their aging mother?
Probably not.
I don't think
unless she has a very twisted sense of humor.
Is this a good book for a church lady's read?
No.
No.
So what are the cautions against this particular book?
As you said, it's pretty in your face. It's very violent. There's a lot of violence. There's a lot of crass
humor,
sexual humor,
but a lot of swearing.
But the thing is, it's very heartfelt. The characters are well developed, and you will love them and care about them. And somehow all of those things that I would normally consider reasons I wouldn't read something like that, it's very violent, graphic, language, and so on. But the characters themselves are very caring, genuine, relatable.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and somebody was saying that there are so many things in Dungeon Crawler Carl that by themselves would kill it. You can forgive a lot because the story is so good.
You get really invested. I feel like that's another thing I like about it is that you never know what's going to happen next. All these crazy, crazy things happen.
It doesn't follow the formulaic tropes of books, which when you're a prolific reader like all of us are, and you've read many, many books from the time you were young,
I don't know if I'd
really
call myself
refreshing.
prolific.
You've read a lot of books. it's refreshing to read something that is going to surprise you.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that it also has a lot of important social commentary and political commentary.
Definitely. Yes.
That's not like, it's not didactic in how it's presented, but when it is presented, it hits home and you think, yeah, that is totally relevant to our life and existence in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I frequently, when I try to describe this book series to someone, there's just...
Because you sound insane when you try to describe it.
Does there happen to be a dinosaur in a tutu that kind of becomes a main character?
Yes.
Well, yes.
It has
There
everything.
is. Are there space fights? Yes.
Is there a talking shark with animatronic legs so it can walk around on land?
Yes. It sounds just absolutely bonkers.
But what does this have to do with Christmas?
Okay, so I'm getting there.
Okay.
Christmas turns out to be a really important day in both books 6 and 7. And the fact that the destruction of the earth happens on January 3rd, you can say, well, how does Christmas become relevant? Because that happened before the story starts. Well, in books 6 and 7, you see how that becomes relevant. And it's actually, there are a couple of chapters in book 6, and then the epilogue in book 6, and then the prologue in book 7 revisits Christmas morning.
Before the destruction of the world.
Before the destruction of the earth. Because they are basically reliving that time as part of the dungeon crawl. And
each floor kind of has its own thing happening. And
its
one of them is
theme.
they kind of are almost back on Earth in that time. It's like they took snapshots, like a Google Earth.
Like those photos, creepy photos where it shows the cars that were parked in your driveway.
Yeah.
Like 8 years ago.
It's like that, but you can interact within it. That's
so at any rate,
it.
Something very significant, and I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I'm going to read just a little bit, and I'm going to try to drop out spoilers. And this is from book 6. I think it's chapter 55.
They are rather thick books.
Merry Christmas, Lewis shouted as we entered the safe room. I blinked, looking about in surprise. What the hell, I muttered. The door out to the main guild common room was open, and I could see the entire area was decked out with Christmas decorations. Those same decorations had somehow leaked into our space, as did everyone else. There was music and lights and way, way more people than I'd been expecting when we entered. So that's the first part, and I'm going to skip to try to keep from giving stuff away.
So they put on a Christmas party, even though they're in a very bleak, not great situation. They're like, you know what?
Fighting for their lives.
Yeah, we're going to have
every
Christmas.
moment of every day.
We're going to have this little moment of joy.
Yeah.
So here it goes. And this is a few pages later. I thought we'd talked about this. I was doing my best not to sound too much like I know, it's not really Christmas, so I asked if anybody knew what the real date was, and nobody can agree. The whole alien time versus Earth time is screwing everybody up, but that iPod is actually Chris's. He brought it with him, and it says it's March 20th. I don't know how accurate that is, but that's the same date Lena says it is, and I trust her more than anybody else. Doughnut, who is the cat, continued to look about and wonder,
Oh, it's lovely, just lovely. How did you decorate it so quickly?
Great, isn't it? Lewis asked. I've been collecting all the decorations from the memory simulation, and we made the kids watch a few Christmas movies. I dumped the decorations on the floor, and they did all this in like 5 minutes. And it goes on, and then Doughnut finally noticed the tree out in the common area, and she gasped,
Yeah.
Carl, look, a real tree. I've always wanted to knock down a real Christmas tree. You always had that stupid little thing, and Miss Beatrice's family had that horrendous fake white monstrosity in the Cats Not Allowed room.
She bounded off to the common area and leaped directly into the tall tree like she was tackling a running back. The whole tree toppled over and out of sight, glass balls shattering. Mungo peeped with excitement and chased out after her. Doughnut.
There's a present for me, and one for Mungo. It says it's from Santa.
I sighed and returned my attention to Lewis. Isn't this all, I don't know, a little inappropriate? Oh my God, look, man, he said, suddenly serious. There was something else, something I'd never seen from the large man. Anger. He had tears in his eyes. The sight was so shocking I took a literal step back. You think I don't know? The last party sucked, man. My best friend died, and after today, and I shouldn't give too many spoilers. lots of bad things happen.
Yes, lots of things happen.
It's
bad
going to
things
be
happen
terrible,
right before
and
this.
some of us are going to die. And if we survive, we go down to the next floor and we do it all over again. I have an whole entire army of elves who want to kill me on the 9th floor. Brittany can't stop crying. And every time I look at you, I get scared that you're going to go insane and kill everybody in the room because your eyes are getting wilder and wilder every day. He lifted a shaking finger and pointed it into my chest. But not tonight. None of that is going to matter tonight. I don't care what you say or you think. I don't care what day it really is. Tonight is Christmas, and we're all going to have fun and drink some eggnog and open presents. I took a deep breath. A few of the closer crawlers had stopped to watch. I noticed Florin there, standing in the corner, nursing a beer, watching. I hadn't realized he managed to get himself back into the guild. And then it goes on, "This isn't Christmas," I said, turning to face Lewis. He swallowed as he met my eyes. I pulled a turkey from my inventory and held it out. Not until we eat one of these.
So that was kind of a moment, Louis talking to Carl and saying all that. That was kind of like in Harry Potter when Neville stands up to Harry and Ron and Hermione.
Yeah.
Like Louis is generally kind of,
laid back
more
and
reserved
chill and
laid back. But he was like, we're doing this because it matters and because I care about you, Carl. Because, like, Carl is the main protagonist.
He's kind of the leader.
Yeah.
Ish.
So Louis was very much a Neville standing up to the main character's moment, if you're not familiar with the series.
Well, and I think this is precisely what Dungeon Crawler Carl has to do with Christmas right now. We don't talk about religion. We don't talk about politics in the store. Many people they don't feel good about the world outside. The United States, the global situation, what's going on.
There's a lot of not great things happening right now.
And in some ways, we can look around and say, the world's on fire. But in a very important way, we can also say, but it's Christmas. Or it's Hanukkah. Or it's Kwanzaa.
And we have these friends that we care about, and we're doing life together.
And, at the end of the day, that's good enough.
Right.
That's good enough today.
If it all implodes tomorrow, at least tonight we can be happy together and spend time together.
And hopefully it's not just, eat and drink for tomorrow we die. But it's also an appreciation for it isn't all so bad. A lot of bad things may be happening. Christmas, I don't know for you guys, may be a complicated mess. Some of us, some people have lost loved ones. Some people have suffered breakups. Some people have people in their extended family that have expectations or confusions or conflicts that can really be crippling.
Some people don't have the funds to be able to create the feast or the gifts that they would really love to give to their loved ones.
And with that in mind, there is a little treat in Middle Ground Books, and this actually started out with, I think it was Lighthouse Books in Great Britain actually started this. And there are some little presents that are on there, and if you happen to not have anything, come in, and there are some Libro FM
free
coupons.
audiobooks.
Just take it off the tree and walk out. We'll try to make sure it's really clear and signage there. If you want to buy something to put on that tree, you are more than welcome to.
Sort of a pay it forward situation.
But there are some gifts there for people who may not have for this year.
And if you're feeling like you've been really blessed this year and you want to give to other people who may be in need, Sir said you can add your own gift to give to someone else. So come and visit our giving tree, whether you're feeling blessed or whether you're feeling in need. It's there for everyone for whatever your needs are.
And then there's also another little tree in the corner for...
It's an angel tree.
That's actually...
It's completed.
Today was the day we're recording, not Christmas Day when this is playing. So 10 days ago was the day that everybody brought in all the things that they brought. So every tag for someone in our community, a child in need, every tag was taken by a customer.
That's
and those
awesome.
gifts have all been given. So thank you, Emporia, for caring about people in our community who are in need.
Emporia is just the greatest town, just period.
Well, I even had people, I think it was Saturday, that were like, looking for tag, like, are there any more? And I'm like, they're all gone. They're like, oh, well, that's great.
And I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, they've all been claimed, and today was the day to drop off the things that were given. And I heard from the organizer, and she's received all the gifts and
wonderful,
and shared
yay.
her thanks with us.
So that is super cool. So if we were going to say, wow, Dungeon Crawler Carl is a food item.
Oh my gosh. The entire series?
I don't know how you could, I don't know.
It's like an all-you-can-eat at every restaurant in Los Angeles.
Or is it Vegas?
Yeah, I don't know.
Vegas. Those Vegas buffets.
Yeah.
I was like all over. Like,
no,
it is.
I don't know.
I don't know how to compare it to a food.
I've compared it to a conversation for guys. If you've got close guy friends, like they can say something moving and profound and bring tear to your eyes, and the next sentence is a dick joke. And
that is
what this book is like. The
Yes.
whole series. Yep.
It's a roller coaster.
For sure.
It is. And I had a friend who, like, I really respect him as a reader, and he's, lots of high fantasy, lots of classics. And he read Dungeon Crawler Carl, and he said he would put it on the shelf with Tolkien. He would put it on the shelf with Dickens or Frost.
And I think that's because it has, like I said, really well-developed characters that you care about and that you can feel for. And so, yeah, there's all this stuff that is shocking or that makes you...
Bit crass, kind of.
Well, but not only that, shocking in
not
that
like
way.
Shakespeare wasn't crass.
Well,
I'm not saying
you
shocking.
make a good point.
I'm not saying shocking in that way. I'm saying shocking in think about what's really going on in the world with political systems and with, corporate economies and the poor being downtrodden. I mean, like all these heavy things as well. But somehow the characters still find courage and a will to go on and a will to care for one another. And they don't lose their humanity, even though they're put in this horrible situation.
Yeah.
Well, we're coming up to the end. You guys talked about doing like our best books 2025.
Which might be difficult, but...
Well, I think it'd be boring.
We can talk about that or things that we want to read the next year.
Wow, what do you think we should do for New Year's?
I think...
Because next time will be New Year's Day.
I think we should read like one of those books for like New Year's resolutions and then actually try to carry it out.
I don't even try to do New Year's resolutions.
Okay,
it's a waste of time.
I've been doing very well at my resolutions, and it's not even the new year yet. So.
Maybe okay, so we'll do like a mini. This is my favorite book, maybe my favorite 2 books that I read in 2025 or listened to.
Or ones you're excited about that are coming out in 2026.
Yes. Also, this will be airing on Christmas Day, so happy
So Merry
Christmas.
Christmas, everyone.
And God bless us.
Everyone.
And until next time.
We'll meet you in the middle.
Hey, I'm Lance from Middle Ground Books. You've been listening to Middle Ground Books After Hours with Deborah, Megan, and me. Frankly, you might deserve a medal for that action. Come see us at the store at 606 Commercial Street in Emporia. The store is a little like an introvert's fever dream. You're always welcome, and we'll always be glad to see you. Middle Ground Books After Hours is produced and remotely engineered by Cosmic Atom Sound Studios, producing the vision and making a sound. Cosmic Atom Sound Studios. Let's come together and build something new. Many thanks for hanging out with us this time, and until next time, we'll meet you in the middle. Coming up next month, I have been listening to a great book about A.A. Milne. And
we should talk about it next time, though.
No, I'm talking about it now because January, I think it's January 19th, is Winnie the Pooh. It's A.A. Milne's birthday, and so it is Winnie the Pooh's birthday. And it is National Pooh Day. And we totally are.